Ladies and gentlemen, let's bring out our first fighter of the night, please. Welcome to the cage, Christopher Peterson.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shamrock Fighting Championships 307. Jeremy Johnson tonight, along with my partner Ryan Sutton, live from Ameristar Casino in St. Louis, Missouri. Coming to the cage, it is Chris Peterson. Now, he comes to us by way of St. Charles MMA, and the former high school wrestler told me tonight, I look to stand up and fight. But he told me that he found the sport of mixed martial arts by watching Tyron Woodley come into his middle school and talk about MMA. He said that was what did it. He said from that point on, I was going to be a mixed martial arts fighter.
And introducing his opponent, Toshi Miyatsu.
Coming to us straight from Tokyo, Japan, by way of Watson's MMA, it is Toshi Miyatsu. Now, he comes from the traditional martial arts background of Kendo, but he is also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt under Kyle Watson.
Wow.
As we go to our Supplement Superstore's tail of the tape, Toshi Miyatsu, 35 years old, 5'8", 125 pounds. Chris Peterson, 26 years old, 5'7", 124.6 pounds.
Man, what a cool dynamic that you can start to blend those traditional disciplines again, but also mix them in with this world of mixed martial arts and compete at this level.
Miyatsu told me that he loves the grappling game, which is why Peterson said he wants to keep the fight standing. Even with that high school wrestling, he says, I don't want to mess with a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu purple belt on the ground. Again, thank you for joining us for our 20th anniversary show here at Ameristar Casino. For all of you joining on Facebook, you can go to flowcombat.com after these fights and join us live for the rest of the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, this first match is a mixed martial arts bout scheduled for 3 rounds in the Shamrock Fighting Championship Flyweight Division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the Metro PCS blue corner, a mixed martial artist that stands 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 124.6 pounds. Fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Christopher Pistol Peterson Jr. Across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the Metro PCS red corner. This mixed martial artist stands 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighed in at 125 pounds. Fighting out of Tokyo, Japan, Toshi Miyatsu.
Referee Mark Wassam has the call for this first fight of the night.
And you know what, Jeremy, I gotta say this. You had mentioned that Chris Peterson had said Tyron Woodley was his major influence in getting this sport going. How indicative of full circle as it comes that the guy fighting in the main event tonight has fought Tyron Woodley.
It's the generations making it forward here as we see Miyatsu take the center of the cage, ducks under, big double leg, gets the takedown.
Beautifully timed double leg, Jeremy. Changed his levels, wrapped up the legs, and drove him straight through.
This is not where Chris Peterson wants to be here against the BJJ purple belt. He has been training over 10 years in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, that's really heavy pressure he's got. He's got Chris Peterson's wrist very well controlled too. This is not a great position for Chris Peterson to start this fight off.
Miyatsu has one hook in, looking to get in the second one, and there it goes. Trying to get that under the chin, looking to land a few shots to soften him up.
Yeah, and he's got plenty of time to work here that he can cinch this in, doesn't have to rush it, pepper him with those shots. It's getting tough. That got tight there for a minute.
Yeah, he is looking, he's also cranking on the chin.
Look at the calmness on Miyatsu, though. Not forcing it. Very, very calm. Very disciplined.
Eating some shots to the side. There is Peterson. He's trying to fight those hands to get away from that rear naked choke position. But Miyatsu, with both of those hooks in, is controlling the back position.
Another thing to note, both these guys' camps, phenomenal. A lot of experience from both sides. I mean, those are very high-level camps these guys are coming from.
Yeah, UFC veteran Kyle Watson in the corner here of Toshi Miyatsu.
He's looking, he might slip into a body triangle here, Jeremy.
Lock down and start to cut the wind off. Flattens out his opponent, looking to finish here with a minute left.
Chris Peterson's doing all he can, but this is getting really tight, Jeremy.
Peterson trying to fight his way out of it.
Survives it, though.
Nice move. They're coming out of Chris Peterson to get away from that, but ends up in a full mounted position.
Yeah, I mean, just an absolute nightmare position to be in.
Here comes the ground and pound now out of Miyatsu with 40 seconds remaining here in the first round.
You know, kudos to Chris Peterson, though. These have all been nightmare positions, but he's staying calm and he's fighting it off spot by spot, not trying to rush. Now he's trying to buck a little bit to get out. Look for a topside triangle, Jeremy.
Oh, big position here out of Toshi Miyatsu. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the first round. Can he get the win?
And look at the way he's diagonally cinching himself. That is just making this incredibly tight. Oh, can Chris Peterson survive 10 seconds?
10 seconds. Will he make it? He's trying here. Looks like he is going to do it.
This is about the worst spot you can be in.
Tied up in a triangle, but does survive as we move here into round two. Toshi Miyatsu has a very commanding first round.
Oh, commanding indeed. Just transition from spot to spot, from rear naked choke to that mount to that beautifully placed topside triangle. Hats off to Chris Peterson for surviving those positions, but he is going to have to make adjustments to not let this contest hit the floor again.
Yeah, he has got to stop that takedown. That's where he didn't want to be. He needs to avoid that. He's got to keep his distance. As we go to our Mattingly Lumber instant replay, we see Miyatsu here start to sink up that topside triangle. That is a terrible position to be in.
Yeah, and I mean, in 20 more seconds, you don't know how much deeper that could have gotten. Chris Peterson looks fresh, though. He doesn't look shaken.
No, he doesn't look it at all.
Mike Rogers in the corner.
A lot of UFC vets come out of that camp at St. Charles MMA. Also in the corner is Invicta newcomer Brittany Cloudy. Touch of the gloves back into the action. Here comes Peterson quickly.
Yeah, he establishes, takes the center through some really pretty long shots.
Looking for an uppercut, but eats a front kick.
Oh!
Big overhand right, barely misses.
Just
Again,
missed
huge
him.
duck under.
Peterson trying to get heavy here. Nice, just runs the pipe. And see, immediately puts himself in a better position from the takedown. Doesn't just take him down and secede for guard. Took him down and started looking to advance right off the bat.
Looking at that shoulder pressure position, a potential Von Flue choke there even for Miyatsu in that top half.
And Peterson wisely let go of that head because that Von Flue could have been there.
Now working into almost a scarf lock position here is Miyatsu. Heavy knee on belly pressure.
Jumps right back into mount. Great transition out of Miyatsu.
1 minute down here in the second round, 2 minutes to go. A lot of time for Miyatsu to work, who starts to land the big hands. Referee Mark Wassam right on top of the action.
Chris Peterson defending, but you can't take too many of those. Even if you're eating them on the forearms, that's just a very dangerous position to be in.
Miyatsu now starts the chest slams.
Those are just mean. Man.
I remember watching Adam Sella from the UFC one time doing a couple of those. It was a very painful looking thing.
Yeah, he's my training partner. That's why I know it's mean. He does it. It's mean.
Minute and a half remaining, halfway through the second round here. Again, Toshi Miyatsu in a very dominant mounted position, weighing really high here, not letting Peterson get anywhere to buck his hips. He's also potentially, with that arm being up there, that's a tough position to be in.
Yeah, he did a great job of using his knee to control the shoulder of Chris Peterson so he could rain down probably about 10 unanswered shots there, Jeremy. Just a world of hurt right now. Yeah, Chris Peterson, all he can do is control that body, but every time he's controlling the body, he's getting chest slammed, he's getting transition, just constantly put in bad position. There's that top side
rolls
again.
To the triangle position. Can Miyatsu finish it? Down to 35 seconds here.
Looks like there's a little space there, He readjusts. This could get tight quick.
30 seconds remaining.
Slamming on the body here is Peterson, trying to fight it.
Yeah, and let's see if Miyatsu can make this tight in a hurry because he's got 20 seconds.
Oh, Miyatsu locks up the leg, trying to switch around, tightens it up even more.
And that's what that hook underneath does. That roll underneath, all it does is make it brutally tight.
10 seconds remaining.
Peterson throwing from the top. He is here to fight.
Definitely not giving up is Chris Peterson. Again, thank you to all who are joining us on Facebook. Be sure to go check out flowcombat.com or the Flow Sports app on Roku and Apple TV 4 to catch the rest of the show tonight.
Man, a lot of different avenues to watch this. I hope you're joining us. If not, you are missing out. You know, Jeremy, what adjustments would you tell Chris Peterson to make? I mean, if you're in the corner, he's down 2 very, very big rounds now.
Now, that's the question I normally ask you, but to me, if I was going to be in the Chris Peterson's corner, I'd be telling him he has to stay on the outside. He has to get away from those shots. He needs to play the angle game. Whenever that comes in, he needs to look for an uppercut, a knee to the chest, something to slow down the shot out of Toshi Miyatsu.
All I can say is I concur. I concur.
Not too bad for just a commentator, huh?
Not too shabby at all, Jeremy.
Third and final round here in front of a sold-out crowd here at Ameristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri. Again, Peterson coming forward.
Yeah, coming forward, looking for that uppercut, good pressure. You don't want to come forward in a hurry, though. You kind of want to cut him off corner.
Because here comes the duck under.
That's where that shots came from every time, is that forward pressure out of Peterson. Miyatsu doing exactly what he's done the entire time, keeping that pressure on.
The top pressure and position has been the story of this fight so far, looking to pass that into half guard.
Yeah, he just rolled that wrist, slipped right into half guard, and raining down unanswered shots.
Being a wrestler yourself, though, this is not the position you want to be in on your back.
No, it's just if you've got good top pressure, sometimes it almost helps you being in that half guard position to rain down shots, to maintain control, take your time, let them make a mistake so you can transition instead of forcing the transition.
2 minutes remaining here in the third and final round. Toshi Miyatsu using that heavy top pressure here. He told me in the beginning that it was all about looking to grapple, and he is doing a great job of it here. He also took an injury in training. He said he had injured his neck, so he definitely wanted to play this game to make sure that he wasn't re-injured in the fight and that he could control the position.
Well, if he injured his neck, he's not showing it now because he's using heavy head top pressure from the top, too. Just digging his head underneath the chin and jumps right back to mount.
Trying to wall walk here right in front of the broadcast booth is Peterson.
You know what I'm impressed with Miyatsu, too? He's up 2 rounds. Instead of just coasting, he is constantly looking for the finish. Hats off to Chris Peterson for defending a lot of bad positions.
Yeah, there has been a lot of tough top position here as we are down to 1 minute remaining in the third and final round.
But yeah, Miyatsu not just content holding out, he's looking for finishes constantly, over and over and over again. He wants this finish. Chris Peterson, all he can do is try to wall through that cage and buck off.
Again, the great roll out there is Miyatsu looking to get that rear naked choke, sinking it underneath. 30 seconds. Trying to fight the hands here is Peterson.
How he got out of that, I do not know. That was deep.
He's still got a lot of pressure.
And beautiful transition to the back. He waited for him to try to buck off the cage and beautifully transitioned.
Fighting the hands here is Peterson. Can he survive? 10 seconds remaining.
You can see Miyatsu just squeezing here, Jeremy.
Giving everything he's got to finish this fight.
And Peterson not giving up for a second.
An inch. What a fight, ladies and gentlemen, to kick off the 20th anniversary show here for Shamrock FC 307, live from Ameristar Casino in St. Charles, Missouri. Jeremy Johnson, along with my partner, Ryan Sutton, Ryan, what a dominating performance here out of Toshi Miyatsu.
Completely dominating. And again, very, very impressed with how he was continually looking to finish. Not just content holding position until the very end, was fighting for that finish.
As we go to our Mattingly Lumber instant replay here, we see the heavy ground and pound coming out of Toshi Miyatsu. This was the story of the fight. Always looking for submissions, always using that heaviness. So we're going to send this one up to Joe Parisi to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for an official decision, and we have a unanimous decision. Your winner tonight, out of the red corner, Toshi Miyatsu.
Toshi Miyatsu taking the big win, moving his record to 2-1 in the world of mixed martial arts with a brilliant display of grappling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, brilliant, and hats off to Chris Peterson for defending and not seceding and just giving up in some of those positions, because he fought off everything until the end, but just too much from Miyatsu tonight.
A lot of action still to come here at the 20th anniversary show of Shamrock FC 307, and we'll be right back right after this.